Hi again. It didn't take me long to come back to you, to speak to you some more because, I feel like I've been feeling so much pain and anger and difficulties, which I hope you never have to, but that's life, Hard things get easier the more you do them and they're more rewarding. So you should always do hard things like climb a mountain because it's worth it for the view. And the sense of achievement is irreplaceable. So yeah, I'm really glad to have come up with this outlet for you. I love to write, but I'm finding it very difficult right now to concentrate and getting things off my mind, knowing that one day you might see them. Gives me a great sense of relief because at least I have, like I say, an outlet for all my feelings to go, and they get to go towards the person that they're about and the person that matters the most to me right now. And that's how it is, and it's difficult that I don't get to be with you. Obviously, right now, you're just about 5.5 months old. You're nearly 6 months old actually. Come next week and a bit. Today's what, maybe May 9th, probably, I don't know. Anyway, you're having a lot of difficulty teething, you're doing a lot of sleeping, your mummy's looking after you, your grandma as well a lot. Obviously you get to be around your uncle and your granddad, mostly. I'm there, I just live just below in the basement currently. I don't know what's going to change about that, At some point I need to get myself my own place and a job, something, and it's something that you won't have to worry about for a long time, and hopefully never, because by the time you need to, hopefully your daddy's rich and can look after you. Because yeah, he's had an hard life learning how to live without money. Now he needs money because he hasn't really got any, and he's getting older, so living outside isn't so easy anymore. And your mummy doesn't really like it. It's just how it is, we see things differently, and this is why we don't, we aren't really working out or gonna work out. We're gonna, still build a bond and be able to raise you in a nice way, so I get to be in your life, and hopefully that happens. But the thing with life is you never know what happens, and you never know how people are going to feel and how they're going to change and what circumstances are going to take you elsewhere, because obviously right now, like I say, I'm not very happy. I look it now because I'm hiking, I'm doing something hard, I'm overcoming things, and I found an outlet and a way to talk to you, even though I'm talking to you from the past to the future. I don't know how old you'll be when you figure out YouTube and you figure out an ad blocker so you don't have to watch all this bullshit, and you figure out, that this is your dad. I don't know, maybe I get to tell you, or I get to tell someone to tell you that, I'm here and I've been posting for the last 3, 5, 10, 15 years. Been sending you videos from the past, and maybe it'll be a whole 15 years worth of content for you to get through. And if anyone else is watching along for the journey, you're welcome and enjoy, because I'm going to post it publicly, because you never know what's going to happen. I might just die, right? As sad as it is to say, that might happen, and then you never get to see these videos. So I'm just going to post them publicly straight away and let other people have a glimpse. It won't matter the same to them personally, but maybe they can resonate in some way, or just maybe they just enjoy listening to me talk, because yeah, I've always enjoyed creating things. I like music, I make music, I write songs, I write poetry, I write stories, and this is something I want to fulfill with my life. Art too, painting, all these kind of things, and I'll show you when I can, and when I've really put some work in to doing the things, to achieving those things in the way that I want to achieve them, because currently I've not. And yeah, YouTube has been something I've tried and always stopped because it's never been the right way. But I have a good feeling about this, that if I keep writing letters to Lily, I'll keep posting and they'll get to you. And it's probably the most meaningful thing I can think of to do. And most of the time, probably going to find me out in nature, hiking with my dogs, our dogs, your dogs, and just yeah, clearing my head, clearing my heart, clearing my thoughts, really. And when I get to, you know, tell them to you, like, it's a sense of relief. Obviously I'd love to be able to talk to you in person, but when it's recorded and you never know what's going to happen, it's there then, you know, it's there for anyone to see, but mainly you, you know. And yeah, it's a good feeling to think about, because conversations we often forget them. Faces change, we age, our feelings change, our moods change, and yeah, a good friend said that I should write how I feel now, you know, and I just can't bring myself to write. I can bring myself to talk when someone's gonna listen, and if you're listening, good. If you're not, and for some reason you don't want to know, there's probably a good reason for it. And if there's not, it's a fucking shame that you've ended up in that position mentally. And yeah, I hope you see me for me and not just someone you don't know. And hopefully you always do know me. But as I've said, it's hard to know how it's always gonna play out when you have a difficult relationship with your mum, with her family too, with yourself. I have a difficult relationship with myself. Yeah, you know, it's not so straightforward. Being me, being a Macrolarian, it's kind of difficult. It's a struggle, especially what I've lived through in my life, and hopefully I can go into more of that, because I've never really been able to go into it before, and I felt like no one's ever really cared. But if my dad did this, or my mum did this, or if I was you, I'd want this. I'd want to know. And I know that it wasn't as easy as it is now, back in their day, you know. But I'm in my day, and I've got a camera in my pocket, and I can pick it up and record it with my phone, and I can upload it to the internet today, you know. And that makes the difference. They could have done that with a VHS, but they were in my life and they never really had the need to, because both my parents were in my life with my sister all my childhood, until, you know, I became 18, I went travelling, they broke up some years later, separated, eventually got divorced, and now here I am, I'm 35, you know. In a couple of months I'll be 36, and you know, time moves on. So yeah, I'm glad I thought of this now, because it's also, even if no one ever sees it, I put my story there, you know. People don't read these days, so I could write, it might never get read. People don't really give a shit these days, but if you give a shit, that's what matters, you know. And if anyone else is here that gives a shit, then cool, I appreciate you. You know, enjoy the story that I'm going to try and tell to my daughter. And if you want to earwig, you're more than welcome, because I've got no more fucks to give. And, you know, except to you, Lily, I give a fuck about you. Don't ever fucking believe that I don't, alright? Like I said in the last one, I'm going to try and get up this mountain, because day's cracking on with itself, innit? So, yeah. As always, I love you, and I'll speak to you again later. Bye bye.